All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today, our topic about coronavirus, and sound like it's getting worse. But for me, I have one topic always to speak about, even though we will talk about coronavirus. We heard in the news that Saudi Arabia they suspended any visas to visit the Kaaba and Mecca and Al Medina, which mean both city which is considered as holy. So people like us, a human, cannot visit them because this is a supremacist cult. Believe that Muslims are clean and non-Muslims are filthy, dirty. Now it's very normal. I mean, a place where a lot of people go there to get infected. That's not really a big deal. But according to Islam, according to Muhammad, that is impossible. If we go to the Muhammad, what I like about Muhammad, that he is a guy, is the kind who cannot keep his mouth shut, and the more he talk, the more he do his poo-poo, so he talk a lot, and the more he talk, the more he do it. Muhammad said that neither the Messiah, the Dajjal, which is, who is this Messiah? Nobody, don't ask me. I mean, Muhammad, he came with the idea there's a false Messiah will come. It's supposedly not him, supposedly he is not the false one, but there's a false Messiah will come. Nor the false Messiah will come, nor the plague will enter the city of Medina. You see, the plague is not a disease by itself, is any any kind of illness kill people by a huge number, like all of them they have the same illness, is called the plague. In Arabic we call it ta'un. So no false Messiah and no plague will enter the Medina. In different hadith, Muhammad, he claimed that the angels are not going to allow that. There are at the approaches of Medina angels, so that plague and Dajjal shall not penetrate into it. As you see. Now, this hadith is enough alone to prove to you that Muhammad is a fraud. Forget about all the debate between Muslims and Christians, etc. As you see, this is a very authentic hadith. This is Sahih Muslim. We can show it to you from Sahih al-Bukhari. It's all over, So he claimed that there is angels are protecting the city of Medina, and no false Messiah. Forget about the false Messiah now, but no disease like the plague will enter it. However, I'm not going to wait until Corona. Actually, I showed you before, according to the United Nations official website, that the first time Corona has appeared, it was in Saudi Arabia, and the Corona have different let us say numbers. It's the same, but the same virus, but it's let us say it is developing itself. Let us see. I showed you the link anyway before I showed you the website. Now, one of you, he sent me email, says this is not about the same. No, it's the same, because all of those, they have numbers. They number them because this the same virus is changing its structures, depend in the let us say treatment he got. So now you give him some drugs, and then this virus gets stronger and it change. It's very powerful let us say, system he have. Let us see. All right, I think. Yeah, you see here, this is the World Health Organization. This is United Nation. This is United Nation. You see here, they call it coronavirus, MERS, because simply this is Middle East coronavirus. First time appear, it was in Saudi Arabia, 2000. In the I think 1912. I think, yeah, in the year 12. So, and they have about 2,102 cases. All right, 780 of them died. I mean, how come nobody speak about this, you know? I mean, this is a huge number. 780 people died. And the rate of death is 37.1%. That means it is way higher than the coronavirus which we have in China right now. 31%. Do you see it? Here we have a hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari speaking about what happened to the city of Al-Madinah a long time ago, during, just right after Muhammad he died. It says here, once I went to Medina where there was an outbreak of disease and the people were dying rapidly. Do you see it? Actually, in Arabic it says mawtan dhari'an, which means very fast. The people, like, they get infected, they die like in a day. Mawtan dhari'an. So it's like it is really very fast death. People die by hundreds, and all of them, they have obviously the same disease. But remember, Muhammad, he said that no disease can enter this city, for it is protected by angels. And now the Saudi Arabia government, they shut down all visas and visit from abroad to the Kaaba and to Mecca and Al-Madinah. Why? Because simply things is going out of hand. And if you Muslim believe that what Muhammad said, that angels are protecting Al-Madinah, then you should not worry about Al-Madinah. At least you should give visas to people and go like visit Al-Madinah, because as you see, angels are protecting it there. So as you see, Muhammad, obviously, I mean, what I need more to prove that Muhammad is a fraud? Don't use bad language in the chat, otherwise we will block your name, please. Anyone use the F word, we will block you. Anyone use bad language, we are here to speak about religion, and we are a Christian. If you have a filthy mouth, take a hike. If you cannot clean your mouth before you talk, take a hike. All right. So as you see, I mean, the case is over. Islam proven to be false. Muhammad proven to be a false person. Muhammad is making a statement which is not true. And either you accept that Muhammad is a prophet, but yet he lie, claiming that God told him. Remember, he is not guessing. He is speaking about what? About the city of Medina protected by angels. So who is the one who gave the order to the angels? Obviously not Muhammad, it's Allah, right? So how Muhammad learned about this? From Allah. So if Allah truly is a God for Muhammad, and Muhammad, he received this information from Allah, obviously Allah is making fun of Muhammad. He's shaitan, he's Satan, because there is no way there's a true God, he will say something not true, and he will get his prophet busted. And remember, you know, the illness start like entering like crazy in this town. Right in the time of Muhammad. I mean, the guy, he was maybe still alive, or maybe right after he died. As you see, this is Umar, the caliphate. Umar is one of the companions of the Prophet. So if this is happening, it's going to happen either by the end of the life of Muhammad, or by, you know, when Umar was maybe the caliphate. However, is going to be very close to Muhammad time, for Umar was just one of the companions of Muhammad. So how Muhammad can be a prophet? If I say to you that you know, my city, I am a prophet, my city will never enter it. If you enter my house, you are safe, no disease can enter here. And then after that, disease enter. So isn't it a clear proof that I am not a true prophet? One of you, he said that one of the most Islamic Ustad, Sheikh in Indonesia, he says coronavirus is the army of Allah. And supposedly he sent me a link in Patreon. I could not, I got nothing. He told me like he sent it, but I checked my mailbox, I got nothing. But according to this Indonesian person, you know, the Sheikh, he claimed that coronavirus is an army of Allah. You know, if you remember, about 10 days ago, we made a video about Muslims celebrating and happy that China is infected, claiming that Allah is the one who is punishing China. Allah is punishing China, and this is why coronavirus is the army of Allah. Right? Yeah, I know, but I did not get the link, so I can show it, you know. They told me that they sent the link to me, but I got nothing in my mailbox in Patreon. But imagine how crazy this cult is. They love to see disasters, and they, you know, this is the only cult in the world make people rejoice for disasters. I remember when tsunami happened. At that time, I used to use Paltalk, chat program. The Muslim, they open a chat room, you know, praise be to Allah, Allah, he punished the kuffar by tsunami. And then they start posting, not only that, I mean, those people, they have something about them. They fabricated Photoshop. Let me find it. I will find it for you. Here we go. Look at this. They fabricated Photoshop, claiming that the glorious name of Allah appeared in the wave of tsunami. But at that time, they thought that this is hitting Sri Lanka. They don't know that it hit Indonesia. Allahu Akbar, brother, Allahu Akbar. They heard the news, Australian tourists die, etc. So they start celebrating, you know, and they did the Photoshop, and look, this is supposedly, this is Allah. How this is Allah come with them? This is Allah. But then later they find that the tsunami, the majority of people who died, as you see even in the picture, there's a mosque. If you look in the picture here, there's a mosque in the middle. And the Muslim, that after the tsunami, after the disaster happened, when they found that they are stupid, they are just celebrating the death of Muslims, and then they start posting those pictures. Subhanallah. You see, brother, the mosque is the only place is not destroyed. Because the mosque is built from concrete. The rest are poor houses. This is the money of Saudi Arabia. I mean, how tsunami will destroy a house from concrete? Tsunami is just a wave, will bring all the mud, whatever, etc. This is a house from concrete. If your house is made from wood, etc., will be drifted. But this is showing you the madness and the ugliness of this cult, where people, their heart became evil, celebrating the death of nations just because they are from different religion. This is exactly what happened in 9/11. They start dancing in the street, giving candies for people who walk in the street, because today is a victory day. 3,000 Americans get killed. And you can search the videos in YouTube, you will find it. Tsunami is the same. So they start celebrating Allahu Akbar, Allah, He punished the kuffar, etc. May Allah destroy them all. This is what they pray. And the Islamic prayer, by the way, in the mosque is about cursing, asking people to be burned, to be killed. There's a famous prayer that Muhammadan they repeat in the mosque when they are angry from somebody. May Allah freeze the blood in his nerve, in his vein. May Allah stop his mouth from breathing. I mean, look at that. This is a prayer. And everybody behind the sheikh, you say, Ameen. It is absolutely a satanic cult. And this is exactly what happened. Let me search for just 2 weeks ago, when we start hearing the news about this, the Muslim, they posted thousands of posts that Allah punishing China by corona. Let me try to find you some of the madness. Actually, you can do the same. You can watch videos. This is a video memory TV where supposedly this person, I don't know who's he, maybe Sheikh, I'm not sure. New Jersey Friday sermon. Coronavirus punishment to Chinese. Who is saying that? A sheikh in the mosque in New Jersey. May Allah punish them for what they did to our Muslim Chinese. Loses from coronaviruses. Do you see it? Such as a coronavirus outbreak is a punishment visited by Allah upon the epidemic in China. And they are praying for the death of every Chinese. This is how evil this cult is. Singapore ustaz mean like supposedly a master teacher. They are copying the Arabic, which is stupid, because you cannot call yourself ustad by being a sheikh. Says coronavirus is Allah punishment against the Chinese for oppressing Muslims. You see it? All of those. Look how many. I mean, there's endless posts. Like, we can keep going forever. Okay, now coronavirus is coming to Mecca, coming to Saudi Arabia. Actually, coronavirus came first of all came to Mecca before anyone else. And here we go. This is United Nation. This is United Nation showing you that this has really happened. First time happened was in Saudi Arabia. During the Hajj time. Nobody celebrate death unless he is sick. You see, when I hear that a disaster happened in a Muslim country, I don't dance for it. That is a shame. Those are people, they are human, they have a family, they have people who cry for them. They are not bugs. Islam make you believe that if you are not a Muslim, everyone else is a bug. I never heard of a Christian posting when 780 people die by corona in Saudi Arabia in less than a month. As you see, 37%. Right now, the death in China is way less than 37%. Which means the rate death of corona, the Middle East corona, which appeared first time in 2012, as you see in the screen, in Saudi Arabia, 37% was the death. It's almost half of the number of they are infected. The total of 780 human beings die. I never saw a Chinese, I never saw an atheist, I never saw a Christian, I never saw a Jew posting saying praise be to whatever God for the death of those Muslims. What a shame. This is the first time this corona appeared. It was in 2012. Sorry, I said before 19. Yeah, 2012. So how in the world human being can celebrate death of others? The answer is very simple. When you follow an ugly cult like Islam, then you do. And you see we have the proof in front of us. You do, and you do more. Guys, if you read Arabic, you will not believe it. Go and watch the videos. Like now there's a war happening in, let us say, in Libya, in Yemen, in Syria. Allahu Akbar, may Allah kill him. Allahu Akbar, brother, chop his head, brother. This is the religion, and everybody agree. I mean, nobody say this. What are you talking about? But because this is Islam. And then you will see a bunch of scumbags saying to us, Islam is peace. A bunch of scumbags, even those they claim to be Christians in our churches, I call them scumbag for sure, saying that Islam follow Abraham. Since when Abraham, he rejoiced for the death of people by disease? Is that what Abraham, he taught his children to do? How they can be following Abraham? The Messiah in the Bible says, if you are, and he was speaking to the Jews, not to people who have nothing to do with Abraham. If you are of Abraham, you do the work of your father. What kind of cult we are talking about? By the way, I just received a post in Facebook, somebody posting in Facebook that he decided to leave Islam. This guy, he called me before. He said no, he will not leave Islam, and now he posted in Facebook page saying that he decided to leave Islam. And guess what? Now coronavirus is spreading in Iran, spreading in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Bahrain, in Emirates, everywhere. Who is the one who will save the Muslims? The Muslim scientist? Who is exactly you Muslims will save you? When you are going to use the drugs now to fight coronavirus, this drug is made where? From which country you are going to buy the drugs? Is it made in Mecca? Or maybe Allah, he will send it to you. So now you were celebrating death of Chinese. Here we go. Coronavirus is coming to your door. Get ready. And now you will kiss the hand of the Chinese to give you more information about the disease, and maybe they have a vaccine. Or you will call the Israeli scientist. The funny, the Prince of Emirat and the Kuwait, they invited very famous doctors from around the world. You know, money, a lot of money. You know, like, okay, bring him. We will pay him $1 million a day. Just bring him, okay, whatever he is. You know, famous doctors, but none of them is an Arab. And those are like scientists, not just doctors. I mean, like those are, because today you do not need a doctor really to fight the virus. You need somebody, you know, he's a pharmacist. He can, you know, he can do his own experiment and find a way to stop the disease. Because doctors, they just use what those who do work in the pharmacy business, let us say, scientists, what they make. Doctors, they don't make drugs. We know what the disease is, so we do not need a doctor really to tell us what it is. Who is the one is going to find the vaccine for coronavirus? For sure, Allah. And here I want to remind people about this virus. Actually, you see, this virus, you know, we don't want to be the same as Muslims rejoicing for death. For sure, we cannot rejoice for death of any children, women, men, old, young, dying. I mean, this is ugly, but it is important to remember that life which is given to you can be taken from you in a second. You see, what happened to a human being, as long as he is healthy, he thinks he is God. And I'm serious about that. He thinks he owns the world. He thinks the world is under his arm, in his pocket, especially if you have money. You know? I don't want to believe in God. I don't care for God. God is a joke, etc. And then, when something bad happens, suddenly you will find this atheist crying like a baby saying God. Suddenly he remembers God. You see, the best time a human being remember God is when he is dying. Here we go. Annie, she is a pharmacist and she is retired. Well, Annie, by the way, we Arab, we make better drugs from you. We are the first one who advised the whole universe drink camel urine. I will tell you, this is a true story. There was about 10,000 people sick. And I was at that time in a country, it's called Chico, Brasilia, Sri Lanka, which is very close in the borders of, Holland. And those people, they were like sneezing, like hachu, hachu, and all of us, they will die by the morning, you know. And then they said to me, do you have anything, any medicine to help us? I said, the only medicine I know is the medicine which is prescribed by Prophet Muhammad. And they told me, like, what is that medicine? I said, camel urine. And man, oh man, they have only 5 camel in the zoo. And now we have to get urine for all those people. So I come with an idea, because I'm an Arab, I'm smart, you know me. So what I did, I put a hose in the mouth of the camel, brother. And then we tape his mouth, and the hose is inside, and we open the water. So the water go inside the mouth of the camel as water, come out as a urine. And people drink. And brother, I made everybody, by the help of a Prophet Muhammad, recover. In the morning, everybody is like a donkey, you know, like a horse. And if you don't believe me, this is happening. I told you the name of the country. It's called, Chaco, charcoal, actually, charcoal, Czechoslovak, Brazil, you know, Honolulu. You know, it's a very well-known country. I mean, even their flag is like very, very. They have a flag like 15 meter by 20 kilometer. You know. Yeah. Why you don't use the camel urine of the Prophet? As long as the Prophet, he, if you are sick and you want to be, just why you want to close Mecca, you want to close airline, why you want to shut down your borders, why you are terrified, why, how Corona entered the Medina, how Corona entered, all what you need is just camel urine. Hmm? What we can say, what we can do. By the way, I did it. I came earlier today. Uh, I said to myself, let me give time for, because some people complain I'm getting so late. So I will do it the other time, which is like 2 hours more from now. But we will mix it so we can get a chance for more people to join us from different location. Iran VIP infected Saudi house pilgrimage from Israel. Okay, hold on. Do you know that even the health minister of Iran, I think, like he's an official, I don't know what his job, he got sick with coronavirus. I mean, it's really horrible. And the funny, in those countries, by the way, even if the half of the population die, nobody will know about it. Nobody will know about. I remember there's a guy, his name is James White. I don't know if you know him. James White is a guy who lost his hair from reading too much. But he read too much, but he know nothing about Islam, about the Middle East. And yet he want to open his mouth and when he teach about the Middle East. So when he speak about the Middle East, he do poo-poo. He literally do poo-poo. So James White in one of his videos says that the Middle East was saved from the plague while the plague was eating Europe. I mean, what this guy is talking about? Let me tell you, my friend, why nobody knows about the plague in the Middle East, because it's not important. Just before the oil discovery, nobody even knows what is in Saudi Arabia. Nobody even remember where it is located. Since the oil came, you know about them. Before that, nobody talk about them. So Europe is the center where civil lives, philosophy, scientists. So when a disaster happened, everybody write about it. But when something happened to the Middle East, there is people write about it, but you are not the one who can tell us that did not happen. As you see, even the Abdul, they wrote in their books about disasters in the middle of the Islamic cult, cities. This is the city of Al-Medina. People were dying by thousands. And then this guy, he says to you, the Middle East was saved from plague. And I don't know what he said after, I forgot what he said, the reason. This is why it's very important, before you put a trust in somebody you want to listen to, you have to be sure that he is not making poo-poo, because there's many people, they claim to be ministers, they have a PhD, doctor, Dr. James White. I mean, what do you want more? Doctor, that's it. But you see, doctor doesn't mean he know anything. Actually, I noticed that those who hold a degree is the last one to know. I have a degree in Islamic law, but I did not learn about anything about Islam from my degree. My degree in law have nothing to do with Islam, actually. Why? Because they teach you, if this happen, you do this. But this is not Islam. Islam, you can read the garbage. They will never show you the garbage. So you study Islamic law. Okay, Islamic law, like we study a book. It's called Usul al-Fiqh. Okay, you go and read. The I don't know how to translate the word in English. Like let's say the rules of. I'm not sure how to translate this. Let me see if I can translate using Google translation. Hold on. Google Translate. Okay. I know this is what it came in the screen. I don't know if that will be accurate. أصول الفقه.
Fundamentals of jurisprudence.
All right, this is a translation from Google Translation. I'm not sure if this is a good translation, but it's look like it's close to. So anyway, you study, but you learn nothing. It's just stupid things. Everything I learned really about Islam is not there. I learned it by my own study, my own research. How about Ravi? I don't know Ravi, my friend. I'm not talking about Ravi. I'm talking about a guy. He say something about Islam. He do poo-poo. James White, he said once, anyone who say Islam as all is ISIS, he is lying. Islam is ISIS. Actually, the true Islam is ISIS. So this guy, he's proven to me that he's an idiot when it's come to speak about Islam. Danny, you need to tag a name before, so I can read. No, I read the questions, but not necessarily I will answer your question, my friend. Anyway, what is your question, Danny? All right. Hey, Dominique, how are you? I don't care, who you like who. For me, what I care for, if a person speaks the truth about Islam, then he is right. If not, we have to either correct him. If he's stubborn, we will give him a spank. As simple as that. You know what I mean? If you claim to have knowledge, you see, if you don't have knowledge, why you open your mouth? Why you say things which are not true? And you are deceiving the Christians. So when you say Islam is not ISIS and yet you are a Christian minister, you are lying. Because there's no way you have a PhD, which means you are a person of you learn in how to research. And you debate many Muslims before, and you do not know that the true Islam is ISIS. Isn't it Muhammad? He says, I've been ordered to fight and kill all mankind until they convert to Islam. So is Muhammad ISIS or not? So how you say the one who says Islam is ISIS is a liar? You see, when he's saying that, the Muslim, they use it against us. Because he's a very well-known Christian minister. I say, look, here we go. They use his video to promote lies. Is that Muhammad or this is the neighbor? He been ordered to fight all mankind, kill them all, unless they convert to Islam. Then they say to you that ISIS is not Islam. Is killing the Christians, cleansing the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula and cleansing the Jews from the Arabian Peninsula, is that ISIS act or Muhammad? This is Muhammad. Is that Muhammad words? The messenger said, if I live, if Allah wills, I will expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula. How he will expel them? By the sword. Kill whoever he can kill, and the rest they will run away. And then they say to you, you will get someone claim to be a Christian minister, that Islam is not ISIS. And by the way, if you are a person who is politically correct, you get more support, because the truth hurt. And these days, everybody is doing business. Nobody want to share the truth, because sharing the truth can cost you your life. I mean, it's dangerous. Even Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims. He told them that you are the best of mankind. Islam is a supremacist Arab cult. You are the best of mankind. And what is the best of mankind the duty to do? Save people from coronavirus? No. You go and you bring them and put the chains around their necks. You are the best of people ever, raised up for the benefit of mankind. When you see the word benefit between two brackets, Muslims added, you think like those people, they will make a vaccine for coronavirus, they will build houses for us, they will. No. The best, he explained, the best for mankind are those who bring them with the chain round their necks till they embrace Islam, so they will not go to hell. Do you see it? I am an ex-Christian. Muhammad Michael, I think you are the Mother Teresa. You used to be the Mother Teresa, and I will not be surprised that if you claim to be the Pope. However, how about you give me a call, Muhammad Michael? Let us see, and so everybody will be laughing at you. Aren't you claiming to be an ex-Christian, Muhammad Michael? Here we go. I will open my Skype just for you. Do you dare to call me? And in 2 minutes, people, they will be dying laughing at you lying. Hello? Do you dare? Maybe you can make me Muslim too. Maybe you can make me ex-Christian. I open my Skype for you. Do you dare? He's even not texting anymore. He's gone with the wind. He's purchasing camel urine from the Prophet. Muhammad, fiction or fact? Doesn't matter, my friend. If he's fiction or fact, that will not change anything. I don't focus on those things. I focus in getting Islam busted. You know what I mean? Focus in the head of the snake. And as you see, the second I challenge them, they die. Focus always in the head of the snake. We here, we don't rate lies. We destroy it in its place. Someone from this, okay, yeah, he claimed that, okay. You see, I will tell you a story. I wish at that time I have a recording program to record it, because you would die laughing. A guy in a chat room, the Muslim, they invited a lot of people. Chat room, kind of like Paltalk, they have a paid chat room. It can fit up to 1,000. Imagine 1,000. You see, at that time 1,000 is like now. Like now we have 581, and we are not like, not really busy, because I'm not coming in the time I used to come. But they have more than the chat room you cannot have more people inside. Why? Because they get the Pope. The Pope converted to Islam. And look what the story is. This guy, he claimed to be that he was the Pope of the Catholic. And he is an Egyptian. I never heard of a Pope as an Egyptian. Since when? And then, brother, he converted to Islam. One day he was praying as a Muslim. They opened the door and they found him praying to Allah. And then the priest, they capture him and they tie him up and they put him in a dark room. And every day they bring 12 lions and they order them to turn their back and they whip him with their tail. 12 lions. And they order the lions to whip him with their tail, with their tail. And he have marks in his body, brother. It's a chat room, I swear by Allah, if I have a camera, I will show you. And he's almost crying. And then, brother, one day Allah inspired him to run away. So he opened and he broke the toilet seat. And he went in the sewage. And he came out in Egypt. I was literally dying from laughing. I mean, do you know how far Egypt is from the Vatican? So he went in the toilet seat, down in the sewage. He came out in Egypt. I mean, look like there is a sewage connected directly. All excuse my language, look like all the shit of the Pope is imported to this guy in Egypt. And the Muslim in the chat, Allahu Akbar, brother. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless you, brother. We are sorry for your suffering, brother. I mean, nobody noticed that this guy is a fraud. Welcome to Islam. Right? Now, do we have any Muhammadan want to say something? Or you are brave to talk to me in your video, make a video about me. Christian Prince getting busted. Or if you got me busted. I never saw a Muslim don't get me busted. Actually, I bought a glue just to glue myself because I get busted every day. I mean, like, and I know I am #1 buyer for a glue from Amazon.com. Actually, if you see me, you will not recognize me no more because, like, I don't know how to glue things together, brother. Like even the ustaz from Indonesia, they will not debate me because I'm broke. There's nothing to break left, brother. That's it. I mean, his nose in his toes. There's nothing left of him. I am soon I will be out of it, you know, like this is why people they are making donation, brother. Like, do you think the donation is made by the Christians? Can I spend it for something useful? No, I'm buying glue, brother. I'm buying glue. I go to home, like in Home Depot, they knew me. They say that the guy who buy glue. I go to Walmart, they say, okay, the guy who buy glue. You know. Even I wanted to find a wife to get married from, and then I don't know how she said, "Are you the glue guy?" How in the world she found out? I don't even have a picture in the profile. Unbelievable. When the fact we are the one who turn Muhammad pieces every time we go live on air. When the fact is we are the only one who open our Skype and he say who dare. That is the truth. We should pray for Muslims. My friend, pray for the Muslims, pray to everybody. But if you want to help the Muslims, it's not by praying for them alone, because prayer alone without work, this is what the Bible says. Faith without fruits is a false faith. So those who say pray to the Muslims but they don't want to do anything, I mean, okay, how you will save them? What do you mean pray to the Muslims? You see, did Jesus pray to save us, or he come to this earth to save us? He come to this earth, he talked to us, he preached, he teach, he did miracles, all of this to save us. Everything the Messiah he did, it was for one purpose, not for his benefit. It was for us, to save us. Otherwise he just, okay, Father saved him, it's over, right? The Messiah, he gave his life for you to save you. And I find it really funny that, you know, suddenly a Christian, he will say to you, pray to the Muslims. Okay, that's it. It's like somebody is dying because he don't have a vaccine for coronavirus. Okay, I understand you don't have a vaccine, so you say pray for him because this is the only solution we have left. But if there is other solution, you don't say only pray. You do about it. You do something. The Bible is full of verses about rebuking those who they are doing wrong. And all what those Christians want to do, just to pray. Pray for this guy. Pray. Okay, we pray. We got it. We got it. We pray. But this is not enough. If your son is taking drugs, you pray for him to stop only, or you talk to him. You try to guide him. You try to help him. So stop being, using this mentality, because many Christians, they have this mentality. They think Christianity is just about praying for others. That's not true. It's like saying somebody, he is dying from hunger and you pray to God to feed him. You feed him. The Messiah, he said, I was hungry and you feeded me. I was thirsty and you gave me water. I was a prisoner and you visited me. I was a stranger and you took me in. He did not say and you prayed for me. I was a prisoner and you prayed for me. I was sick and you prayed for me. I was hungry and you prayed for me. No, he said, and you visited me. You took me in. You did an action. That is the teaching of Christ. Do we have any Muhammadan want to say anything? So, as you see, what we discover here, that Muhammad is a fraud. Muhammad, he promised that Allah is protecting the city of Medina by angels and nobody can enter it. And no, I say nobody, I mean no disease, no illness, no plague. And as you see, the Medina was, even right after his death in the time of the Caliphate Umar, the Medina was, there's an outbreak of a very bad, nasty disease killing tens of thousands. We don't know how, because this was all the way from the Medina, Mecca, Syria, all, I mean, the whole area was dying. To the point, even the ruler of the Muslim ruler of Syria at that time, he died by the same disease. And then when we have a virus like this corona, and instead of Muslims, showing some support for a human being, you are a human being. Forget about your religion now. No, they cannot. And instead of being a human being, supporting all those, I mean, how many people they lost their father? Maybe they don't have anyone to feed them now. Nobody to take care of them. I mean, maybe he is the only one. He is responsible for the family. What we do, instead of feeling sorry for them, we celebrate events to tsunami. We make thousands and millions of posts in YouTube, in channels, sheikhs talking that they believe that Allah is the one who punishes China by sending coronavirus. But there's a lot of Muslims in China too, you idiot. And now China is coming to your door. It's all over Iran. It's all over Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. It's all, and in the Middle East. This is something about Middle Eastern countries and government. In the Middle East, if there is one, if there is like 1,000 people die, they will say half one. Do you remember once I made a video about those who die in the Hajj? They walk in the top of each other. Anyone remember? At that time, Saudi Arabia government, they said 200 something died. 200. I made a video, I says, Well, if the Saudi are saying whatever like number, it's going to be maybe 4 or 5 times. It's going to be maybe 2,000, etc. I don't know really what's happening there. And later we found that more than 5,700 died. Yet they say 200 people. 5,000 people, 5,700 people died, and you say 200. How the 5,700 became 200? And remember, those are many of them. They are foreigners. They have to be sent to their country, which means you cannot hide it. They are not like local. We can just bury them and nobody will know. So when they say to you, we have 10 people dying from corona, that means they have maybe you know, 1,000. That's in the Middle East. That is the Middle East. The one who's asking Muhammad why he walked away from Jesus, my friend, those are liars. They are angry from my channel because a lot of Muslims leave Islam because of my videos and because they call me. So they come here, they say Christian Prince. They are liars. Don't take them seriously. And right now, actually, I'm thinking to apply for a visa to go to Saudi Arabia, and I will start a farm, you know, for camel urine, because this is the time for camel urine. That's it. We have a solution. This is Allah advice, and this is the medicine of Allah. Who need medicine? Who need doctors? Just camel urine. We have actually not only camel urine, we have honey, brother. Honey, brother. Ajwa, brother. You eat 7 ajwa, brother. I mean, look at this guy. He told the Muslims, if you eat 7 ajwa a day, ajwa is a palm date fruit, 7 of them. No poison can kill you, and no black magic can hurt you. What black magic? I mean, how in the world black magic will be stopped by food? I mean, do you see any connection? Like a black magic, in order to be stopped by a food, it have to be something we eat too. If a black magic is true, you see, food or anything enter your mouth, it can be either harmful or useful. But black magic is not something entering your mouth. So how the ajwa can fight the black magic? Let it go. Muhammad is talking, doing poo-poo. Forget about it now. But how ajwa, if you eat 7 of them, no poison can affect you? Who's a Muslim who try that? You know, the Muslim, they say, the Bible says that no poison can kill the Christians. There's no way that the Bible is saying that, as you understand, because Jesus himself, he was killed in Christianity. Jesus himself was killed, the Lord of the Christians. So obviously the verse is not what you are trying to say. The poison is that nobody, Jesus, he said, they can kill your, you know, they don't be afraid of those who destroy the body. Be aware of those, or afraid of those who destroy the soul or the spirit. So for us as Christians, no poison can kill us, which means no poison of the devil, poison of Islam, poison of cults, poison of the world can kill us, because our eternal life is guaranteed by believing in the Messiah. Because the poison is you poisoning your head, believing in the virgins, private parts, gold and silver in heaven. You know, you Muslim, you made God a pimp house, you know, his house. But as you see, Allah Apostle said, if you eat 7 ajwa a day, every morning, you will not be affected by poison and magic. And guess what? Muhammad himself was affected by both, and he died by poison, not only affected. According to Muslims, Muhammad was affected by magic, and to the point he was not, you know, he imagined himself having sex but in fact he was doing laundry. And Muhammad, he died by poison, as Aisha reported. So look at the fraud. He taught us with the medicine, but yet himself he infected by both, and he died by poison. Do you remember the guy who his brother is sick? Who remember the hadith? Let me see if I can find it in English. There's a guy, his brother is sick, so he came to Muhammad and he told him, my brother is sick. Muhammad told him, go and let him eat honey. Okay. The guy, he went, and he came after a few days. He said, my brother is getting more sick. He told him, I told you to make him drink honey. He said, I did that. He's sick. He's getting more sick. He went again. Few days more, he came back. The guy is obviously dying, you know. Here we go. I found it. Look at this story, how hilarious it is. A man came to the Prophet and said, my brother has got loose motion. Not loose motion. The Prophet said, let him drink honey. The man again came and said, I made him drink honey, but that made it worse. The Prophet has said the truth. The Prophet said, Allah has said the truth, and the Billy, if your brother has told a lie. Have you ever heard of such a doctor? Your brother Tommy, your brother's stomach, your brother's organs are lying. Allah told the truth, which means he claimed that the honey medicine is coming from Allah. Allah told him to give you honey. In different hadith, by the way, they say that the story is longer, and they say that this guy, he recovered. Look at this. It says here, a person came to Allah, Apostate told him that his brother balls were loose. Thereupon the Messenger of Allah said, give him honey. So he gave him honey, and then he came and said, I gave him honey, but it was only made his balls more loose. He said this 3 times. 3 times. Which means he came 3 times. He came already 3 times to Muhammad, saying to him that the guy is getting more worse. And then he came in the 4th time, 4th visit. And the Holy Prophet said to him, give him honey. He said, I gave him honey, but it only made him go worse. Whereupon this, Allah Messenger said, Allah has spoken the truth, and your brother boys, they are wrong. So he made him drink honey, and he was recovered, brother. Oh boy. Don't go to a Muslim doctor. He will say to you that your stomach is wrong. Oh boy. That's science. First time he's not working. Second time is not working. Third time not working. 4th time not working. But at the end it worked, brother. It says here he recovered, brother. Can you deny it says that? We do not know if, you see, in different hadith, it doesn't say that. I think this is addition. Because if you look in the Arabic, it says here, this is the conversation of your prophet. Your prophet never say, فَسَقَاهُ فَبَرَأ. This is something addition. From here to here, this is the statement about Muhammad. That's it. The rest is addition by Muslims. Hold on, we have a guy. His name is Danny. How I can help you, Danny? I think Danny he have some issues. He need help. Danny, there's something I can do for you, my friend. I'm trying to find what you are posting because I see your people are somehow upset from you. So do you like to say anything to me, Danny? This is your opportunity. Here we go. I'm just looking at your, waiting for your text. Do you want to say anything to me? Corona can be healed if you have agreed with Allah. You have agreed with Allah what? So how Allah did not heal Muhammad? He died by poison like a rat. Bible said that we have been chosen before the world made. This our destiny. If we are born, no. You see, God, He knew who is the one who is going to be choosing Him, which means we are chosen for we choose Him. That's why the Messiah said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do His will. So, do God have a knowledge? He do. But who is the one who made decision to do the will of God? It's us. So, we are chosen for He knew us. The Messiah, He says, I know my sheep and my sheep, they know me. So if you want to speak about Christianity as the Christians believe, not as your fantasy is. You can go right now to the bedroom, close your eyes, and imagine Christ saying that. That's mean we are, we are not Christian. Really, He made us. That's it. Before He created us, no Christian believe in that. This is why the Messiah said, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord. Here we go. The other Christians by name say, Lord, Lord, by name, but they don't do the will of God. They will go to hell. Not everyone, but the one who do His will. So what is the requirement? Is to do the will of God. That is you doing the will of God. So don't make up stories and try to explain things as you wish. I thought you said I don't say anything about Islam from myself. Only read your scholar. So you are saying scholars add words? Are you a joke? Okay, hold on. This is a response to you, because you are the Muslims. I will give you an example. We have a guy. His name is Fifi. I was reading a hadith. I said Imam Murrah. He said there is no Imam in Islam. His name is Murrah. There is no Islam in Murrah. And then a bunch of Abdul like you, and you are one of them, come here and you post, there is no one in Islam named Murrah. We never heard of a scholar named Murrah. So look at you, how hypocrite you are. When I show you your scholar saying something, you yourself, you reject them. Or what I said here, this is addition by the one who report, not your God, Prophet Muhammad saying that. How I am not saying, it doesn't say that, CP. I'm saying that it's not your prophet said that. And now let us see, as long you remind me of this Murrah. Stupidity is a must. You go and watch Fifi and Susu and Mimi. He never heard of Murrah because he's a donkey. There is no Imam, his name is Murrah, brother. This is the book of Al-Bidayah and Nihaya. And the funny, I show it in the screen. I mean, I'm reading from the screen. And this, you get the idiot. And those Abdul, they believe what he's saying. Actually, I don't think even they believe. I think they agree just because he's saying whatever he's saying. He's just attacking Christian friends. This is the Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya for Ibn Kathir, volume number 1, page number 128. Does it say Murrah? No, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. Who knows Arabic? He can call me right now so we can read together. Any Muhammadan? Do you see his name? Potatoes. And then every Muslim come to the chat, he says, CP, tell us about Imam Murrah. In China, and still I like the Chinese after whatever Corona, I mean, this is just a disease, can happen anywhere. They say he left as a donkey, he never came back as a horse. And this is what happened when your teacher is a donkey. Okay, this is even worse. If he is not an Imam, then why Ibn Kathir reporting from him? Who was he? He is higher than Imam actually. Because look, the one who is reporting from him is the highest of Islamic scholar. So when my name appear, let me translate this page so everybody will laugh. Shall we? When my name appear in the list, but this guy, he did not know, by the way, that this name exists. He's an idiot. He's just a joke. Let us translate to English. Why is translation is not coming? Translate to English, okay. And now how we can find him in English. Let us see. Potato word. Anyone see it? I don't know where to see it now. This is the English translation. But anyway, I mean, reported by, from the Sahih, from الترمذي وقد روى الترمذي والنسائي وابن حيان في صحيحه وابن أبي حاتم في تفسيره من حديث عطاء بن السائب بن مر عن مر الهمزاني عن ابن مسعود. Ibn Mas'ud is one of the names. Allah, a prophet, he mentioned his name, that which means he is from the time of Ibn Mas'ud, from the time of the companion. And this edict, he says to us, this is not an Imam. All of those, all the Sahaba of Muhammad, actually, they are Imam for the Muslims. Because the best of Muslims is the companion of Muhammad. So if he is saying he's not an Imam, so what he is, he said he does not exist. We don't have someone in Islam like this. He never heard of the name. But I'm trying to find here where the name appear in English. Hold on. Oh boy, this page is English. It's hard to find it here now. You see, because this page is not like a normal page. Let me see if I can find different page which is smaller. Anyway, they are a bunch of jokers. There you go. We found different page. Hold on. We will use this one. This is different book. It is CIRA A'lam, volume number 4, page number 70. The good thing about this page that it is small, so a translation will not be make us lose where to find it. Now here we go. His name is in red. They never heard of him. They are learning Islam from him. Look, the name here is gone in translation. So his name is Murr al-Hamadani. You know, we saw how he prayed, etc. Blah 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 blah. He never heard of him. Because he's the, that's why they don't dare to call me. Potatoes. Spanking time. Anyway. You see, actually, you Muslims, you should reject anything is addition to what your prophet said. Did your prophet says that? No. So why you are adding it? You are reporting hadith. You are reporting a hadith, which means you are reporting what your prophet said. What the guy said to the prophet and what the prophet said. Why you are adding the at the end this? So he made him drink. Obviously, there's somebody. This is not your prophet saying that. So I just said, this is your prophet saying that? No. You Muslims added. Because different hadith doesn't say that. Here we go. If we go back. All right. This is Al-Bukhari. This is the hadith as it is, word by word. Where is it says that he made him, he recover? This is Al-Bukhari. What happened? How come it's not here? Because Islam is a fraud. This is the conversation between your prophet and the guy. The rest is addition. Any Muhammadan? Who is next? And what kind of a prophet he said to the guy who is dying? He's obviously very sick. And how somebody told you I have a pain, you give him honey. I mean, that's it. So Muhammad, he claimed that he is God told him, as you see. Believing in Jesus Christ is the will of God. Jesus Christ is God himself, my friend. The Christ himself is God, is our Lord. He is the visible image of the invisible God. Any Muhammadan? Who's next? And as you see here, Muhammad, he lied. He says that the disease will never enter the city of Medina. Why? Because there's angels are protecting it. And then we find that tens of thousands of people, affected in the whole area, including the Medina, and people were dying. How many of you save this reference? Any of you save it? Right? I know, but believing in him is this will, right? I don't understand what you are saying, Tom and Jerry. Your question is like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Christ is the visible image of the invisible God. And when the Messiah says, not everyone says to me, God, God, but the one who do the will of my Father, which means my will is exist. Before you met me, before you saw me, your father Abraham, he saw me and he rejoiced my day. This is what he said to the Jews. He says, your father Abraham, he saw me and rejoiced my day. They said to him, how this happened? You are not even 50 years old. Why? Because they don't understand. So he said to him, before Abraham I am. So obeying the will of the Father is obeying God in heaven and God in earth. For God in earth is the visible image of the invisible God. So you are mixing things between what will? I mean, I don't know what you are talking about. Sound like a Greek argument. about who is more really chicken, the rooster or the rooster, the red rooster or the black rooster. You know, some people, they make argument just to argue, just to speak stupid, and they go in circle. ZB, hold on. I think you are the guy who your prophet he spoke about in the hadith. Let me show you this hadith. Why you don't call us and be proud about your prophet? The guy who called himself ZB. Is that you? The one your prophet spoke about? I mean, look at this prophet. Either you agree that he's a fraud, or you show me one Muslim, his head became a head of a donkey. People who take what? DMT drugs can contact spirit. Are those spirit evil? Tom and Jerry, get lost from here. Sorry, I have to say that all get lost. What take drugs contact spirit? Go take drugs, my friend. Obviously, you're a druggy man. Somebody he take drugs, he contact spirit. My friend, a person he take drugs, he is lost. He's high. He's stupid like you. Because obviously the question is coming from somebody taking too much drugs. So now if I take drugs, I can contact spirit. Where these people are coming from? Don't get married, okay? The one who take drugs is obviously mentally ill, because you know it's bad, you know it destroy your brain, and you contact no one. Even you lose contact with yourself when you take drugs. Crazy people. Like sometimes you take people seriously and you talk to them as adult, but then you turn on like kids take drugs. Now where is the Abdul, the guy? Who is a Muslim can show me one Muslim, his head is a head of a donkey because he raised his head before the Imam. Don't tell me after 1400 years, I can show you tons of videos from YouTube right now of Muslim raising their head before the Imam finish. How come Allah did not make his head of a donkey? Obviously Muhammad is a fraud. Ilah mean Allah? No, Ilah is different word. Ilah, you see, people they don't I don't know, maybe you listen to people who make things. This is the word Ilah. You see, all the words is coming from Aramaic and Hebrew. Ilah. Let us make it big. Il Ah. Il is God. The Ah here is like saying the God. That's a word by itself. Do you understand? Il is a word meaning God. So have nothing to do with Allah. Allah is like this. Al Lah. Al is the older version of Il, which means in the ancient Aramaic, in the ancient Hebrew, Al was instead of Il. So if you read the old Hebrew Bible, you will find that Elohim used to be Elohim. Israel used to be Israel. Mikael, Mikael. Ishmael, Ishmael. Why? Because El was Al. It's just a word meaning God. So the language changed a little bit in the pronunciation, and the word il and al both are a word mean God. So the second you put the word al before a word, that make it God. Whatever come after is the name. Do you understand? Whatever come after the word al, which is equal to God, is the name of the God. As an example, let us go to the Quran. All of us, we knew that the Arab, they worship 3 daughters of Allah. What their name? Who remember? The same, I'm going there, Al-Masih. You see, in Arabic today, the word, you can add the al as a word mean the in the Arabic today. But those are names starting from different culture. Those are not Arabic names, like Al-Masih, Allah. Those are not Arab. The Muslims don't even know what Allah means. They have no idea. If you ask any Muslim what Allah means, they don't know. What does that mean? All right? So look at this. Al-Lat. Now, is Al-Lat is a goddess? Yes. Al-Uzza. Al-Lat, Al-Uzza. God is Lat, God Al-Uzza. And the Manat, some they say that the reason they don't count it, you know, as because it was a very, let us say, scary. So they hate it. Some they claim that Manat was responsible for the death, that the goddess of death. You know, we don't know if this is really, I mean, to confirm. But what we knew, that Muhammad believed, by the way, that there is a goddess, and they are daughters of Allah. Actually, Muhammad, he claimed that he killed one of them. Muhammad, he claimed that he killed one of those daughters of Allah, which means he claimed that they exist, they are real. She is a woman who have dark hair. Muhammad, he sent Khalid al-Walid to kill her. First time he could not find her to kill her. He cut only a trees, and then he came back. Muhammad, he sent him back. He says, go back, you did not finish your job. If you remember the hadith, we show it many times. You see, the Muslims, all the names they have in their Quran is not from them. As an example, if you ask a Muslim, what, okay, is Israel, what Israel mean? Arab Christian, they use the word Allah because they are under the occupation of Islam. That is a translation, my friend. The real Bible does not have that. That is a translation, and they've been forced. They are living under ISIS for 1400 years. If you ask any Muslim, okay, what Israel mean? They don't know. Why? Because this is a name stolen from other belief, other books. This is not their book. What Israel? You will notice here, the Muslim, they think that Israel is a name. All of it. The fact Israel is not a name. Yes, it is it's a given name to a person, but it is a sentence. It's a description. It's not really a name of a person. It's a description for what happened to a person. Il is the word God. Muslims, okay, who's a Muslim who's listening? Who can tell us what Israel mean according to Islam? Anyone? They don't know. Why? Because Islam is nothing but a theft. It is not the original belief. It's a counterfeit. And the thief, he have no knowledge. It's like, me, I claim to know mathematics, and then you ask me 6 by 6, I have no idea. Simple question. I mean, Israel this is simple question. This is not really, you do not need to be a very high scholarship knowledge to know what the word means, but he didn't know. Even the Muslims do not know what Al-Masih mean. Imagine. Mikael, they don't know. Allah, they don't know. Ishmael didn't know. Abraham didn't know. Why? Because simply Islam is a theft. When you claim that you wrote a book and this book is not yours, and people ask you what is this mean, you do not know what you are talking about, because it's not your book. Those are not the names, you know them. You are just a copy-paste person. Have you ever heard of a God? He don't tell us how this guy, his name became Israel. Nowhere we can find how this has happened. How? Okay, the Quran speak about a guy, his name is Jacob, and then suddenly speak about a guy, his name is Israel. Okay, who is Jacob and who is Israel? Okay, we know who is Jacob. He is a son of a person mentioned in the Quran, right? Okay, do you know what Jacob means? No. Now, who is Israel? Do you know who is he? Al-Ilah. There is no I, it is E. Why people are stubborn? Al, right? Ilah. They add ah, but the ah is very light, so it's not really, in the old language. So al is in Arabic now, because now we are using Arabic. Al is a word meaning now the. Ilah is God, the God. Did you get it? Al in Arabic today is a word meaning the. Al as a word in Hebrew and Aramaic mean God in the ancient Hebrew. So the Arab, when they want to say the God, they say the ilah, which mean al ilah, which is coming from the Hebrew anyway. It's a theft in the Aramaic. Even that is a theft. They have nothing, this cult have nothing. Do we have any Muslim now? I understand it's impossible to be al-ilah because no, Allah is not a name. Why people are not listening? Allah is not a name. The Muslim ignorant, they think it's a name. We just told you. Why nobody is listening? It is two words. So how it's a name? Al is a word mean God. The name is Lah. That is the name of their God. Al is a word mean God. So the name is not Allah. The name is Lah. Al is a word mean God. Do I need to go back to zero? When you add, because this is not an Arabic word now. You see, in Arabic, al is a word meaning the. As simple as that. Al, you add it before anything. The house, the door, the man, the women. You add l. As long you are giving definition, who is he? You know him. All right. But this is not an Arabic word. This is a stolen word from different belief, different religion. So they stole it, but they do not know what it means. As an example, in the same chapter we are opening, look, they have here Torah. Okay, what Torah mean? Any Muslim can tell us what Torah mean? They don't know. Injil, what Injil mean? How in the world Allah He sent Injil to Jesus? Injil is a Greek word. You see a thief? The Muslim, they claim that Jesus was a messenger for the Jews only. Okay, how he is a messenger to the Jews, but he is giving them a book in Greek? Are we listening? That's not only it is a disaster, it's stupid. Because this is a contradiction for the Quran. When you say that Allah He sent Jesus the Injil, you just confirm that Islam is a fraud. Because if we go in different verse in the Quran, we will find that Muhammad said, not me, that Allah He never sent the messenger except in the tongue of His people. Are we following? Chapter 14, verse number 4. Who's talking? The God of the Abdul. They cannot say this is weak and we didn't accept it. We send not, we never send, ever. We send not a messenger except with the language of his people. Okay, hold on. So the name of the book is telling us what the language. The name of the book is Injil. Injil is a Greek word. Have you ever heard of a book? The name is in Greek, but the book inside is different language? That will be funny. So how Allah He sent not any messenger except speaking the language of the people, yet He sent Jesus a book, it's called Injil. Stupidity. Muhammad, he got himself busted. Based on this verse, Jesus was a Greek, and he was sent to the Greek, and this is why his book is in Greek. And the proof in front of you. Stupidity is amazing. But this is what happened when you have a guy, he's a thief, he's a donkey, not educated. He copy, he posts in his book. Okay, he heard that the Christian, they have a book, it's called Injil. We call it Injil, but this is not, that will not be good for you, because it's called Injil because this is a book written for the Greek people. It's a Greek book. Why you are using the Greek book? And the funny, it is Allah who sent the Injil, not someone else. It's not like Muhammad saying it's called Injil. No, Allah He gave Moses the Torah and gave Isa the Injil. And Abdul, we are dry these days. I just get I told you like maybe 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, that a Muslim, he decided to leave Islam. He posted that in Facebook, but still we are dry. Today I got only one person leaving Islam. I mean, this is really dry day. Only one. No, I don't think the name of Isa is coming from Isos in Greek. I don't think so. Because still there's a huge difference, you know. I believe that Isa is a son of a woman. Her name is Maryam. She is the sister of Aaron, which means he is the nephew of Moses and Aaron. If you go in the Old Testament, you will find that Moses and Aaron, they have a sister. Her name is Maryam. This is exact the same name as written in the Quran. And Muhammad himself, he mentioned in the Quran that Maryam is the sister of Aaron. Maryam is the sister of Aaron. So obviously this idiot, he heard from the Jews that the daughter of the sister of Moses or Aaron, her name is Maryam. He thought this is the same Maryam, and looked like they told him that she have a son. His name is Isa. So Isa is the son of Maryam, the sister of Harun. Garbage in, garbage out. And you will find the mistakes all over the Quran. As an example, Muhammad, he think that Abraham, his father, is Azar. But all of us, we knew that this is going to be true. I mean, why the Bible will say different name? It's a book came long before Islam. Why the ones who wrote the Bible will give us a wrong name for Abraham? Why the Jews will lie about it? There's no way. You know? It doesn't make sense. So Abraham, he said to his father, Azar. How he said to him, as you know, the Muslim, they think that Azar is the father of Abraham. But where is the word Azar is coming from? Any Muslim? Any Muhammadan? Any comment? And this is why the Muslims didn't translate it, because they didn't know what this Azar mean. They think this is the name. But the fact Muhammad is a thief. He heard from somebody, you know, the report says that there is two slaves. Both of them, they are coming from Nasribin, coming from all the way from the north of Iraq and Syria. So Azar is a word mean foolish. So he said to his father, foolish, are you going to worship idols? The stupid Muhammad, he thought that the word foolish is the name of the father of Muhammad, of Abraham. So read carefully and remember when Abraham, he said to his father Azar. Muhammad, no, he don't stop. His father Azar, he think that this is the name of his father. Do you take idols as gods? But the fact, this is not a name. This is the word means stupid, foolish. This is foolish. Are you going to worship idols? So the word stupid, idiot, donkey became the name of the father of Abraham. Well, I don't know how to give you a reference. This is you have to we have to invite somebody. He is because for me, I did learn this actually from a scholar in the Aramaic language, in the ancient Aramaic. So to provide you with the reference, I have to get his books. Everything we have, we learn it, right? We learn. You learn from me. I learned from people too. So knowledge is not something you are born with. You spend your time searching, looking, finding, and then you learn. But anyway, you can go to anyone who speak ancient Aramaic, because still there is some people they do speak the ancient Aramaic until now, and they will confirm it to you. Any Abdul? Be careful here. Look like we have a fraud person. His name is Nathan. He will teach you about the stock market. So he will take your password and etc. Don't get rid of him. You see, they got in the chat, they start speaking, hello, how are you, etc. And then he's giving you a Skype, he will teach you about stock. Never trust anyone in the internet. I will never ask you for your name. I will never ask you for your password. I will never ask you for your credit card. I will never send you a file, and I will never take a file from you. So be careful, don't be a fool. It's internet. There's a lot of garbage there. They call their god Al-Awlah. I don't know why they call their god Allah. I'm not sure why. Yeah, never take a file from me. I don't send you files. And never think it's me unless you hear my voice talking to you and not recording, because they are evil. They can't do anything. They can cut my word saying hi in by voice. Send it to you. No, you have a conversation, real conversation. Like, ask me something and then you will get the answer right away. Fit with the question. Be careful. They can do a lot of evil stuff. And anyway, I mean, here what we are doing is sharing knowledge. Why you wanna ask you for anything? You know what I mean? What's my business? Do you have any other books you think is good to read about Islam? Well, Islamic books is the best to learn about Islam, but not Islamic books written to you in English, which means you have to learn Arabic, actually. You want to learn about Islam, you read Islamic books. All the garbage there. You can say 99.9% of my knowledge about Islam is coming from the garbage of Islamic books, which means Muslims are the one who taught me. But for them, they don't see that there is garbage there. They see that this is amazing. This is a Greek word. When we say Latin, I don't know if you know what Latin means. You can go and search in Google and see what the origin of the word means. There is origin of languages, and there is languages who follow. All right. As an example, Arabic is not a language by itself. Arabic is a mix of languages, mix of Aramaic, Hebrew, some from the Ethiopian language, some, I mean, it's a mixed, big mix. And by time it became a language by itself. Adzan? What adzan? There's nothing such a word. You mean azan? Well, you know, what happened when they called for the adhan, they were looking for a way to call for a prayer. The Christians, they have a bell. The Jews, they have they have that trumpet, you know. The Muslim, they have to come with something. Actually, there's a hadith. I will try to find it. Let me see. They were discussing what to do. They told Muhammad, maybe we should use the bell like the Christians. He said, no, the Christians use it, so we should find something else. Let me see if I can find you a reference. It's not easy what I do, you know, but it's okay. Here we go. You know, like you have to have a very good, healthy memory to, I mean, to find right away reference to come to your head. The people mentioned the fire and the bell. What does that mean? They are proposing to Muhammad, let us choose this. Which one you use? Use fire to call people for prayer, or the bell? Huh? So they are suggesting to Muhammad to which one to do. All right. And then Muhammad, he told them, no, this is for the Jew, this is for the Christian, so I'm going to use the adhan in the order Bilal to do adhan. Let's see different here we go. Look at this hadith. This is better. I have more details. I don't know if the text is clear. Is the text clear, guys? When the Muslims arrived to the Medina, they used to assemble the prayer and used to guess the time for it. See, during those days, the practice of adhan for the prayer had not been introduced yet. Once they discuss this problem, see, where is Allah inspiration? Why Allah don't send a verse, do adhan? No, they discussed this problem regarding the call of the prayer. Some people suggested to use the bell like the Christians. Others proposed the trumpet or the horn like the Jews. But Umar was the first to suggest that the man should call for the prayer. So even the adhan is coming from Umar, not from Allah. Do you see it? Do you see it? A scandal. It's a disaster. It's a garbage. Even the prayer for the Muslims, it was made up by Umar, as you see. Umar. Here we go. And this is the hadith for those who like to save reference. Do you see it? I hope I answered you, the one who asked me about the adhan. This is the reason behind the adhan. It was Umar. It was not even Muhammad. You believe it? It's not Allah. It is not Muhammad. It's not from Islam, because who is the Prophet, Umar or Muhammad? And where is Allah here? Well, he was taking a nap. Anyway, what we do here is it's about education. And I hope people, they take reference, they save them. And if you are ever watching my videos later, for those who watch my videos, and you want to find those references, it's very easy. You know, think about it this way. Let us try to search for the same line. Like, let us say, type the same exact line in Google. You will find the hadith. Like now, I'm not showing for those on the screen what is the number. And you want to know, okay, where I can find this one. Very simple. Choose a sentence. Those days, the practice of adhan for the prayer had not been introduced yet. Actually, try always to find a unique sentence. Like here. Once they discussed this problem regarding the call for the prayer, some suggest to use the bell like the Christians. Here you go. It's long, but will make you guarantee to find the reference. This is in case you did not, you know, you don't know how to find it, because we post the link here, but later the people download my videos and share it everywhere. All right. I mean, you see, you guys are lucky. You know, for me, when I was studying, we don't have computer and internet. First time I got a computer, I turn it on. I don't know how to turn it off. I said, what's wrong with this computer? I hit the switch again. It doesn't turn off. I thought there's something wrong. I took it to return it. They gave me a defect computer because I don't know what this computer is. I just get it, you know. So I hit the switch. It turned on. Okay, wonderful. And now I play a little bit with the mouse to see what this like. You remember the old days computer? They were like a woman. She have a baby in the 9 month. Very huge screen. So okay, I play with it. Okay, now I'm done. I'm gonna turn it off. So I hit the same switch. I thought the same as a light, you know, like the same as a stereo, the same anything. So I hit the same switch. The one I turn it on, it doesn't turn on. Doesn't turn off. Like, what the heck? I paid a lot of money for it. Something wrong with it. I turn again. Like, I hit it again. It's not turning off. Oh boy. Man, oh man. All this money was for nothing. Yeah, but I mean, this is how, like, you know, a computer introduced to us really late, you know, not like in the USA. And I have no idea really what is computer about. Anyway, after 2 weeks after getting my computer, I made I start learning about a script. I study even some about JavaScript, but I forgot now, like, too much, how to make a window, how to make a click bomb. You know, I learned how to do web design, but, you know, not like high knowledge, but I can design a website. So from a person, he turned the computer on by a switch. He don't know what computer. You know, it was very, I mean, in 2 months, 3 months, I became really good in that. Yeah. But this is how, you know, everything. Today we are lucky. You have your phone is better than any computer at that time. I remember even to log into the internet, it was dial up. You know, dial up. You know, the ring in the phone, and then the modem stuck. And when the modem stuck, that's it. Format the computer, not to do what to do, you know, take off the jack, put it back, turn it away, turn it off for 5 hours. It was horrible. The internet, hold on, let me show you an old videos of mine. Let me search for it. We are done with Muhammad garbage now. I have a video which is mentioned in the Iranian TV. This is an old video. The Iranian government TV. They were talking about the most, like the most aggressive against Islam. You know. Let us see if we can find something. Anyway, just to show you how I was using I was using a camera. I bought a camera which is really expensive. I was recording the screen by the camera. You believe it? Recording the screen by the camera. I'm trying to search in Google to see if I can find it. But this is how bad it is. And then you download the video from the camera to the computer, and the computer is so slow. And then to load 10-minute video in the internet, it takes hours. Oh boy, I go to sleep, I woke up, still the video is not is not loaded yet. I know I cannot find the video. I'm sure it is there somewhere. It can be found in Memory TV, because the one who told me about it, actually it was in Memory TV. He told me they are talking about your video in you know, it's Iranian TV. Oh, look what I found. I was looking here, I found this one. That's Hisham al-Husseini. What an idiot. Anyway, Mission Impossible. I have millions of videos, so finding my video by myself is impossible. Oh boy. Memory TV. Memory, not memory. Yeah. Anyway, maybe you can find it. But this is how hard in the old days. Not like now. I mean, we have software. I mean, things is way easier. Like, and not only that, I used to use Google Translation to translate anything, because there's nothing. There's no hadith in English. There's nothing. When I was exposing Islam, you know, at that time, there was nothing. Totally nothing. And then the Muslim excuse was, he's lying to you. This is a translation. It's not true, you know. Now we have their translation. Even we show on the screen, it says it doesn't say that, CP. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we have a good time for today. I mean, I searched my videos on the internet. I found, like, if you find a million videos of my videos, I mean, it's endless. Like, once I was invited for to a church. I will meet with the board first before I speak in their church. They want to know who I am. They don't know me. So they say that there is something like, you know, reference. Now the one who brought me with him, he is the one who introduced me. He told them, just type his name in YouTube. the bishop of the church, he starts scrolling with his iPad. All of these videos is yours. All of those. And he is scrolling the screen, and the screen is running fast, you know. And all those videos is yours. I said, you see, so nothing, you know. You can keep going until tomorrow, maybe next year, you know. Yeah, that was a very interesting meeting. Supposedly, I will speak for a half hour with them and 15 minutes. I think they told me, the guy who brought me, he said they will give you 15-20 minutes maximum. They are busy people, you know, and you have to explain what do you do. So use it in the best way to convince them. So we went there for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. And then we left, I think it was almost 11 something, middle of the night, which means from afternoon all the way to the middle of the night. That's it. They want to go. You know, tea is coming, drink is coming, coffee is coming. Those guys, they want to go. You know. And the guy, he insists. He told me they will not give you more than 15 minutes. They were serious. You know. So you better use it in full. The guy who brought me, he said, I have to go. I can't stay here. You know, he said, okay, this is already 2 or 3 hours, you know. I have a family. He said, but I don't know now who is going to pick you up. I mean, take you back where you came from. They told him, don't worry, we will give him a ride, wherever he is. Yeah. So it was like supposedly for some few minutes to talk. But then if you look at their faces, those guys, they are, he said, you know, we feel like we are coming from different world. We heard nothing like this before, you know. So anyway, and then they gave me not only the stage, they invited me. They have a big, huge festival for the church, where they have a big stadium. There's thousands and thousands of people. Yeah. No, they were asking me questions, and they were surprised. You know, I am not. You know, they got really surprised of the way I answer. And the one who, you know, who invited me, he told them, this guy, he is not politically correct, so be careful. You know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we have enough for today. I pray for all people in the world, you know, to recover from this disease. We pray that Muslims, they will not be sick with it. We pray for everybody, not only Christians. We pray that the world will be saved. And at the same time, we remind mankind that life is very easy to be lost. Don't think you will live forever. There's many people, they wake up in the morning, they think there is years and years to come, but they never come back home. There's people go to sleep, they never wake up. Life is very fragile, very easy. You lose it. There's people who they are young, they make fun of the old. You might not live even for next week. At least this person, he lived 90 years. Maybe you will not even live a year more. So I believe that death is a mercy. Death is a reason for us to be wise and to be humble. Imagine if a human being, he never die. He will be a monster. He is already a monster. Death is the only reminder for a human being that he is nothing. You see, human being, and actually I advise you from time to time to visit a graveyard, because that will make you wake up, will make you go back to the truth. If you ever go to a funeral of a person, you will have a different feeling after the funeral. Something very special. That is the real you. Remembering that it is just about a matter of time, and then you will be in that hole too. The Messiah, he said, let the dead bury the dead. People don't understand until now what this verse means. Many people, they don't think deep. Let the dead bury the dead, because everybody is dead. You're alive, but you are dead already. So death is a mercy. Death is not against us. However, we have to appreciate life too. And in order to reach to the point of death where you believe death is mercy for you, good for you, not bad, for you are a believer, you believe that you have an afterlife. In order to reach that point, you have to appreciate what the Lord, he gave you. For what is given to you now is going to be taken from you later. And either is going to be taken from you and given to you back, and you live even better life, or you will be sent to where you deserve to go. Don't be afraid from death. Be afraid from being fool. Lord will not make me live long. You know, I want, because I want to live long. I mean, long, long, long. What is the long is about? I mean, there is enough of life. Yes, there is enough. I pray, and I pray in front of you, that the Lord will keep me alive as long I can do my mission. The day I cannot continue, I want Him to take me in His own way. Because if I cannot do what I can't do anymore, there's no need for me to live. I'm not really attached to life. I'm not worshiping life. It's like, you know, a tree still standing, but there is nothing. There is no leaves. There is no fruit. There is nothing. What's the point of me being standing there? So, my friend, always think about others. Feel for them. Pray for them. Pray for your country. Pray for even those who hate us. Be Christian. Remember not to fall into the hate game, the Satan game of hate. Pray for the Muslims. They are suffering badly now from coronavirus all over their countries. Pray for the Chinese. Pray for the Hindus. Pray for the Buddha. Pray for the atheists. Pray for the world. Because prayer at the end, when you pray to others, it is for your benefit. You will stay a better, healthy, at least in your mind. It releases all the bad things from your heart, your anger. Imagine praying for your enemy. That's what Jesus said. But nobody asks himself why we pray to the enemy. The fact you pray for the enemy because that's even better for you. You live better. You don't sleep with your anger. Even scientifically, that those who have a lot of anger, stress, you know, because anger brings a lot of stress. Hatred not only brings you stress, it can drive you crazy. When you release yourself from the anger and the hatred, you are really, really healthy. You sleep well, you eat happy, you live happy, because you are free. You know, hatred and anger and revenge is like a slavery. Somebody is holding you from your neck, controlling you. You do this because you want to take revenge. We want to take, you know, we have to do this. We have Allahu Akbar, you know, because this is how Satan, he control you. He make you a tool in his hands. You are not even the same person anymore. Hatred is destruction, and love is a solution. This is why if you go to villages, like when I went some, like, you know, countrysides in Asia, as an example, the Philippines, I found people are very poor, but I mean, look at them. They have nothing really, but those people, they are happy. Look how they welcome me, and look how look at their smile. Their life is so simple. They hate nobody. They have no enemy. You know, they live good, and they are not poisoned by the city. And I'm not talking about air and pollution. I'm talking about being corrupt, being a fraud. Very simple people. Their bed is from wood, their roof is from wood, and when it starts raining, the rain starts coming from some holes in the side of the roof, you know. And the guy, he was looking, he says, you know, thinking that this is our Filipino shower. He was not upset, you know. He said, this is our Filipino shower. I said, well, good to have a house anyway, you know. He's happy and he is healthy. He have all those coconut trees around him, the kids playing outside, very beautiful, you know, nature. So you see, maybe you might think that they are not blessed. They've been taken, they don't have anything, they don't have electricity. But God knows what will happen to them if the electricity enter to their house. Very simple life. You know, they eat from the trees around them. They have a caribou, like a cow. You know, they plant better than those who live in the city. You know, you go to the big cities in the Philippines. I mean, what kind of life? People rent little tiny room, and then they work the whole month to pay the rent for this room. Go and live in a village. At least you live healthy. You die healthy. Why everybody is dying to go to a city? Because a human being became like a mosquito, you know, attracted to the fire. You know, the fire have a light, so the mosquito go inside the fire, think that this is light. This is not light. You spend your life working like crazy, and you accomplish nothing in those cities. And then because life is tough in those cities, the cities will drive you to a corruption, because your money you make is not enough. You want more. In order to live better as you want, you have to make more money. In order to make more money, it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come like just by doing a job. Yeah, I live too slow, so what? I mean, if a fast life is better. You know, you just remind me. We mentioned this before, actually. There is actually this is an article, I saw it in the internet, a story. I don't know if it's true or not, but anyway. But it's a very good story. There was a guy, a businessman. He was going to Mexico. You know, in the beach. There's a village next to it. So anyway, he go to the coffee, like in the beach. He find a bunch of fishermen. He start conversation with them. One of them. So he told the guy, the fisherman, so what do you do? He said, I'm a fisherman. He said, what time you go to work? He said, well, I go early morning. What time you finish? He said, I finish like by 9:30. I'm done. He said, then what you do? He said, I come here with my friends, sit in the coffee. You know, I sell my fish, give them the store where they buy the fish from me, and then I come and sit with my friends. So the businessman, he says, why you don't fish all day so you can make more money? The Mexican fisherman, he said to him, okay, and what is next? He said, if you fish all day, you make more money. Then after a few years, you can save good money and you can buy a big boat. I said, okay, and what is next? He said, then after you buy a big boat, you save more money, and then you buy 3, 4, 5 boats. I said, okay, what is next? He said, okay, after you buy many boats, you have many people, you have a company and corporation. I said, okay, and what next? He said, then even you can have your company became so big for fishing, and you have a stock market. You became billionaire. He said, okay, then what next? He said, then you come here, you relax you sit in the coffee, drinking your coffee in the beach, you do nothing. I said, I'm doing that already now. He's doing this already now. So he want him to work all his life, destroy his health, to sit in the coffee, to drink coffee. Well, he's doing it already. He go in the morning, work 2 hours, 3 hours, and he come back all day with his friends, drinking coffee and laughing, and they are happy. You see how they corrupt you? I'm doing it already. The guy who is a businessman now, he is retired, but he spent all his life, and now he cannot swim no more. You know, he have a 1,000 bill if you have to take with him wherever he go. Maybe you have an oxygen. You cannot. So this is what people do. They work all their life, and then when they have money, supposedly they want to go and have fun. But you cannot have fun no more. You became so old. You need somebody to carry you. So he was advising the Mexican fisherman how to have a company. Okay, what he will do with the company at the end of the day, he's going to die. All what he need, he have. He's happy. You're advising me all of this to do, to go back in the beach and sit in the coffee. I am in the beach, I am in the coffee. This is why really I admire poor people who, you know, live in those villages, because they were not seduced and tempted by the city. They stay strong in their town. They live better. They preserve their honor, you know. Because when you are poor and you go to a city, you will be humiliated. They will give you the lowest of jobs. They will take advantage of you. And not to mention, you know, pimps and gangs and crimes and you name it. Live in your town. Preserve your dignity. If you work in a city for somewhere for some time, save money and go back to your town. Don't be a slave of money forever. Buy little land in your town, live there, build a house by your hand, and you know, you are just wasting your time. You will end in nowhere. Like you will find, you know, many Filipino, I spoke to them, they are dreaming to go to America. I said, this is how funny it is. Americans are dreaming to go to Philippines, and you are dreaming to go to America. Why? Because for them, they want to have that big TV, they want to have the car, they want to have etc. But they don't know that American, they wish they can go and live in the Philippines. And you know, they go and live in this wood house. Actually, there's many American, they have wooden houses in the Philippines. They have literally wooden houses like villagers. Human being, my friend, never go satisfied. You will find an Asian people taking whitening, they want to be white. You will find the white one, he sat in the sun, he want to be dark. I mean, what's wrong with people? Because nobody is satisfied. The white want to be darker, the darker want to be whiter. The white, they look at the one who have darker skin, they say to them, you have nicer skin. The dark, you look at the white, he says to him, I love white people. I wish I am white. What's wrong with you? Why? Because a human being don't appreciate what he have. Why a human being want to take a whitening? I mean, this is an insult to you. Not only it's poison, you do not know what they are giving you. I mean, obviously it's doing something to your body, isn't it? So you waste your money, and okay, you got white, and then what is next? You go in the city, in the Philippines, in cities, nobody is Filipino no more. Everybody became white. You stop taking medicine for a few days, you know, okay, you became Filipino again. What is this? That is the corruption. You should love how God He made you. If you are an Asian, who said that Asian are not beautiful people? Who said that if you are black, you are not a beautiful person? Who said if you are? I mean, all of us, every ethnic, they have their own beauty, and we get ugly when we don't want what God He gave us. You see European, they sit in the sun for like 6 hours, 7 hours until they become like a chicken coming from the barbecue. Why? Because they are not happy with their skin color. Okay, so what we will do now? We will get darker. And what we will do? We sit in the sun for 10 hours and then we get cancer. I mean, the list goes for, I mean, tons of things corrupt a human being. Clothing, you know, I need to buy an expensive purse, expensive suit. I have, like, a man, he want to get married. Okay. You have to buy a diamond ring. I mean, why it have to be a diamond? I mean, where this is coming from? Diamond ring. So you want to put in a finger thousands of dollars, and you don't, maybe you don't even have them. Why? Can't you give like something made from, Anything? I mean, is it really the ring would make you married? Okay, do you want the ring or the man? Obviously, they want the man with the ring, but they want the ring more. And then there's a competition how big the ring is, you know. Especially between Middle Eastern, they love to show off. It's a ring day. Well, if I get married, if ever I get married, I might give her, let me see, I will go to Walmart. I will buy maybe a ring like for $5, you know, and after a few weeks, it get rusty, she will throw it away. And then she will have no ring. Bingo. Why she have to have a ring anyway? So she can hit me in my face, give me a box, and leave a ring mark? Hello? Yeah, anyway, you know, just be simple. Life is good. Be happy. Those things, they are not important. And actually, if you wear them, they can cause you to be killed. You know, a criminal, he see you wearing such a ring, he might cut your hand to take it. You know, if you don't have them, nobody will attack you. Nobody will think about coming to your house. Having those rings is an invitation for criminals. You know, when I was away abroad, a bunch of teenagers, they broke into my house, and I think they wanted to leave the nation, but they did not. The only thing they took, actually, I have a safe. Those idiots, they thought the safe is I have money in it, you know. I have nothing. I have my degrees. I have nothing. Nothing will help them, you know. Just papers. Stupid. And actually, I got very upset because I lost those papers, very important papers. I put them in the safe, so if there's a fire happen, etc., you know, they took the safe, and I can imagine how many hours they spent to open it, and then they got nothing inside. Yeah. No, you can buy a ring, like a gold ring, you know, for like $100. That's enough, you know. It's just a simple thing. But there is some people, they live for fashion and they live for expensive stuff. This is how their life. And when they will die, and whatever you have, they will take it from you. You will not take your ring with you, trust me. How I know they are teens? Well, they told me actually, because there was a neighbor, he saw them when they broke from the window, and then by the time the police came, they run away, you know. Yeah, they are like young, not yeah. My grandma, used to say that PhD meant bullshit. Well, it's you know, having an education degree is good anyway, because it opens doors for you, but doesn't mean you have education. You see, your degree is required for certain jobs, right? So if you have degrees, that open opportunity for you. So degree is good. I encourage people to get degrees, but degrees is something and knowledge is something else. And you know, there's depending on the degree too. Like, let's say you have an engineering degree, we learn about engineering. Anything else you don't know, right? So you have only one field of education. If somebody speaks to you about religion, if you don't educate yourself, you know nothing. History, nothing. Politics, nothing. You know. So degree doesn't make you educated. A degree give you education about one branch as a career, so you can make money. Yeah, yeah. The degree doesn't make you smart, for sure. I mean, a degree is a degree. Actually, many people, their degree is dependent on memorizing things. They go to the exam, They put what they memorized there. Especially in, like I notice in some countries, their questions is not really about how intelligent you are. It's about how much you studied. Right? It's not about intelligence. But always I encourage people to earn knowledge, to earn degree, because degree can open doors for you, get a good job, you know. If you have no degree, then you will work what? You will do the handy jobs. Now handy jobs can, like if you live in America, actually you make a lot of money. If you are a plumber, man, you make money like a doctor or an electrician. So there is many jobs actually. They can give you very good income and give you a respectable life, So you have to get into what you think is good for you, something you like. If you want to do a job, try to get a job, especially if you are young listening. If you are like in your 18, 17, try to learn a career which you like. Because remember, you will spend your life working in this career for the rest of your life. So if you like electricity, well, learn how to be an electrician. You like plumbing, okay, air conditioning. Actually, those kind of business, they are very good. Not necessarily having a bachelor degree will make you earn a good money. Not necessarily. A plumber can make way more than a person with master degree. I have my master degree. What my master degree taught me? Nothing. Zero. Anyway, I think it's time for us to go. I want to say thank you guys for being here. Watch around for Corona. When you go outside, you shake hands with people, etc. Don't kiss, don't hug. Wash your hands before ever you touch your mouth. Don't make a mistake like you go in the mall, you hit the bump for the elevator. God knows how many people touch it, who is sick, who is not, because things is going out of hand. And I believe strongly that the numbers they are showing us in the news are far away from the truth. Always government, they try their best to control the panic so people will not go crazy, and they give you the lowest numbers they can, because that can affect, imagine if things really go out of hand. Stock market can collapse, banks can close, crimes can increase, things can go crazy. Towns will be empty, streets, nobody is there. So things can go really bad, and maybe it's a good opportunity to buy and save some food in case something wrong, crazy happen. You never know, because obviously until now they have no idea how to stop this virus. Nobody knows. Not even in America, Like, look at those stupid administration. They brought all those Americans who used to be in the cruise ship, and supposedly they put them for 14 days isolated to be sure they are not sick. And then later they discover that this disease, this illness, this virus, can stay and without any symptoms for 27, 28 days. You believe it? And not only that, those who received them in the airport, they were wearing no gloves, no mask, nothing, You believe it? This is America. I mean, people are dying from this disease, and they knew they are sick. They knew, like, some of them, they are sick, and yet they did not wear gloves. They did not put masks. They did not take any, extra, what you can say, crazy, very crazy. Yeah, it might go out of hand. You never know. I mean, obviously, don't you see? Obviously, there's something very bad happening, and obviously behind doors, they don't know what to do, because all medicine they have is not working. Look like it that it is your body who decide if you will die or you will live. If you have a good immune system, you survive. If not, you die. Obviously, their medicine is not functioning. You know? Yeah. Well, depend where you live, but if you live in an area where it's infected heavily, then you have to wear a mask. Not necessarily a mask. You can put a scarf. I mean, mask is just a joke. What mask? If you have a scarf at home, put it around your face. It's better actually than a mask. It's not about being worried. It's about being careful, my friend. Be careful. Be careful not only for yourself, so you don't bring disease to your family. You know, you will be hurt more if you see your son dying. So if you don't care for yourself, because let us say you are brave, right? Okay, you are brave, but what about your kids, your family? You want to bring death to your home? So you have to be careful. Correct? There's many things we do because we have people, we love them. Not necessarily for us. For the sake of people you love, you have to be careful. Good? Alright guys, thank you very much for being here. May the Lord bless you all. And again, feel free to download my videos, especially like the part we are teaching about Islam. You can cut it off and make it ready for your podcast or your re-upload. And we will be here again tomorrow. And until then, if the Lord wants us to be here tomorrow, until then, I say and I pray for all of you to stay in good health and wealth. And the best health is the health of the brain. For if we lose our brain, we lost everything. We lose our faith. We lose our dignity. We lose everything we have. The health of the brain. This is where things start. People commit crimes because their brain is functioning in the wrong way. Hatred, illness, everything is connected to the brain. And there's many people, they are really ill, but they don't know. Because their brain convinced them that they are healthy. But in fact, they are ill. So we pray that the Lord, He provide us, He protect us, He protect Muslims, Hindus, Buddhas, Jews, atheists, everybody. He provide to them so they might choose before they die to believe in Him, and they will be saved. We pray for countries, they are suffering from this disease like China and all other countries like Iran. People there, they are in chaos and things is getting really ugly. And we pray that we will not have what they have to. And with this we say Amen. Thank you and God bless. Take care.